Before the achievements, before the celebrations, here's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
Two teams having won handedly last night, looking to keep their winning ways going. Hello everybody and welcome to the Merilat Sport and Fitness Center for today's men's volleyball matchup featuring the visiting Wabash College Little Giants and your Adrian College Bulldogs. I'm Michael Hale and my partner today is Ava Aker. Now Ava, what do both teams need to do today to stay hot and find their footing going into conference play?
Well, I think they need to make sure that they control the tempo of this game. It is a fast-moving game, and especially playing men's volleyball, everything is very quick. So I think being able to control the tempo in this game is really important. Both of these teams are well-rounded and comfortable in every phase of the game. So tonight it's going to come down to execution. Adrian has been especially impressive at the net, and their blocking can completely change the rhythm of any set, while Wabash prides itself on balance and staying steady in any situation.
Well, you just mentioned that the Bulldogs are great at the net. What do the Little Giants have to do today to work around those blocks and finish their kills?
So shot placement and shot selection is very important, especially with having a very tall starting blockers for the Adrian College Bulldogs. They're going to have to be able to go around the blocks. They're going to have to find shots that they can place that the libero's not going to be able to pick up, which is going to be complicated, but at the same time, I think that they'll be able to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting matchup as both teams are shaking their hands, showing pregame sportsmanship and getting themselves hyped for this matchup today. Like we said, both teams played last night. Wabash won 3-0 at Calvin, while the Bulldogs won 3-1 last night here.
Against Spalding.
Yeah.
It was a big game. It was intense last night.
As both teams finish up their huddles pregame with their pregame motivation pep talk. We are just moments away from first serve. As the starters for Wabash College, number 3, Zev Wolverton, number 7, Boy Tang, number 8, Ben Donaldson, number 10, Shad Wilson, number 11, Matthew Stittle, and the libero today, number 2, Peter Wolin. Whereas for the Bulldogs is Roland Macklin as the libero, Andrew Grazek, Sam Landers, William Morris, Carlos Baza, and Carson Bell. Bell will be the first one to serve today for the Bulldogs. As we are now underway. Serve picked up. And a great tip by Boy Tang to get the Little Giants on the board first.
I mean, that was really smart. Thinking about it, the libero was not in the game. So having a middle in the back row is beneficial with the serve, but it's also really hard sometimes because they aren't as good a passer as libero.
The serve picked up on Landers. Grazek serves back to him. His hard serve is picked up and it's tipped over from the right side by Dominic Reese. He's able to put it home and get the Bulldogs back onto the board.
He's a transfer from Siena. I mean, that was a really good, But yeah, he was a really good transfer that the Bulldogs got this year. I mean, he's really beneficial on the right side. He has really helped us this year.
As they reverse that point back to Wabash College. Landers sends it over. It's picked up, though. And now Boy Tang once again sends it home hard.
I mean, that was a good spot. He hit right at the tee. That is a really hard ball to pick up. That is, again, with the shot selection, that is a beautiful shot.
3-0 in favor of the Little Giants. Landers sends it over. Picked up by Wolin. This time Macklin able to dig it out. Back row attack. Gets blocked at the net. Now it's set over. Landers gets blocked, but this one lands out of bounds, and now the Bulldogs are on the board.
Sam's able to use the block. I mean, as an outside, you can just swipe it off his hands and get it out and then get the point back. I think it's a really good way to reset.
And now Andrew Grazek goes back to serve. And picked up and blocked at the net. But now Tang. Macklin unable to handle, and it's now 4-1 in favor of the Little Giants.
But like I said, the blocking for the Bulldogs is insane, especially this year. They have a big block this year, so I think that's going to be very beneficial for them.
Tang back to serve for the Little Giants. The serve gets picked up. And a quick set to William Morris.
The Bulldogs feed their middle, which I think is very beneficial, especially playing against a team that has not as tall of players as the Bulldogs. So I think it's very beneficial for them to feed their middles.
As Landers goes back to serve. Hit sent long. Little Giants wanted to touch. It's not granted. It's now 4-3 in favor of Wabash College. Landers serving once again. And that one's blocked at the net. But going right back to is Ben Donaldson. Gets the serve back to the Little Giants.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs have had a really good triple block for the outside. I think that is very beneficial because their outside is really good for the Wabash. But at the same time, like, they didn't block the middle because they didn't get their feet there because they were resetting from the triple block. So I think that's also really hard to do.
Graham Volk sends it into the net. And it's now 5-4. And the Bulldogs will serve with Morris, looking to draw even. Serve from Morris, gets over the net. Quick set, but going into the net was Jaden Greenwell.
Just look at the energy, though, on the Bulldogs bench. It is crazy. They are hyped for this game.
Morris serving once again. That is one's blocked. Now Baza goes into the netting. And it's now 6-5 Wabash. Carson Bell hits it out of bounds. And it's now 7-5.
The Bulldogs just need to play their game. That is what's going on right now. They just need to play how they normally play and calm down.
Serve taken as Reese sends it over. And now Tanks dumps it over. And that one finds the line.
Now that was a beautiful shot. That was a beautiful spot, especially not being able to move as quick because that was such a fast pace and low ball. It went right over the net. That was beautiful.
Wilson back serving once again. Picked up by Baza. Landers from the back row. Finds the blockers. Lets them tip it away from the rest of the Little Giants defense. It's now 6-8.
I think for the Bulldogs, it's very beneficial that they have a 6 rotation outside in the back row so they can have that swing. So they have another outlet instead of just the people in the front row.
Dominic Reese serving now. His hard serve is picked up. Sent over to Wolverton. His hit picked up. But Roland Macklin sends it over and it's out of bounds. 9-6 Wabash. Zev Wolverton serving now for the Little Giants. He sends that one way long.
Yeah, I think that the Bulldogs are calming down now, and I think they're going to start getting into their pace of their game. But that's what I said at the beginning, having control of the tempo in this game. And right now, Wabash has the control. So I think it's going to be really important to see what happens from here.
Baza back to serve for the Bulldogs. Dug out. And back row attack from Shad Wilson. And the Little Giants are the first one to 10.
I think the Little Giants did their research. I think they saw that they should be able to do this shot placement, tip over the block, because their block is so strong and tall. So I think that they're being really smart with how they're playing right now.
As that service picked up. Sam Landers sends it to the back row and it's taken up. And now Tang sends it, and unable to dive in front of it in time is Carlos Baza. And it's now 11-7 for the Little Giants. Jaden Greenwell goes back to serve once again. Macklin digs it out. Up to the net to Landers. He gets it over. Tang gets blocked, but unable to get to it is Reese, and 12-7 now. And timeout called by Coach Jose Soto. We'll take one along with that. You're watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
Ready to elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Welcome back to the Marilat Sport and Fitness Center. Coach Jose Soto just used his first of 2 timeouts as the Wabash College Little Giants have taken a 12-7 lead in this first set. Ava, what have the Little Giants done so far to kind of outsmart the Bulldogs?
Well, I think that they're doing really well on their shot placement, which I said was going to be very important in this game, especially coming from a tall block. They need to be able to go around the block, and that's what they're doing. They are finding those open holes, they're finding the open spots, and the Bulldogs just aren't able to pick it up, which I think is very complicated for the Bulldogs, and I think that's why Jose called the timeout. I think that he needs to tell the Bulldogs to calm down and be able to pick up the balls.
As serving once again is Greenwell, leading 12-7. His serve grazes the top of the net. And now Baza sends one hard to the back row, picked up. But overpass, Carson Bell sends it right back into the face of Greenwell.
Wow, that was insane. Carson Bell is a 6'6" senior, so I mean, he already has that vert, and that was insane.
Bell now goes back to serve. That one dug out right at the floor. Now Tang finds the top of the Adrian block. It's 13-8 now. Wilson serving for the Little Giants. As mishandled at the net, and it's an overpass. And now finding the open space was Wilson.
Yeah, I think that our defense, the Bulldogs defense, is really on their toes. They need to stay up so they're able to get these balls and be able to move right to left, up in front. I mean, that is a big thing, especially in this game.
Is that overpass attempt kill by Donaldson and sent long, as an error on the Little Giants gives the serve back to the Bulldogs. Andrew Grazek back to serve. It's picked up. And a quick set back to Donaldson.
I mean, the Bulldogs didn't have time to set up. The serve went over, and they changed the tempo. That tempo was fast, and the Bulldogs aren't able to handle that right now. So I think that Wabash is still in control of the tempo.
Back to serve now, Boy Tang. Sends it over. Now Landers from the right side gets dug out. And now using the block was Wolverton. 16-9.
They're being very smart with what they're doing. I mean, the back row is kind of on their heels, so they're not able to pick up those tips, which I think is a big problem for the Bulldogs. But, I mean, Wabash is being so smart, so.
Tang sends it back over. And now Dominic Reese sends it into the net. 17-9 as another error by the Bulldogs. (17-9) in favor of the Little Giants. Boy Tang serves it back over, dug out by Roland Macklin. As that one's blocked at the net. And the back row attack dug out by Roland Macklin. Now Reese able to use the blocks. It's going to be sent over by Woolen. Now Landers sends it too far, and it's 18-9 Little Giants.
The hustle on that play was insane. I mean, they were both running all over the court, some good hits, some good passes. I mean, they're playing very consistently, so, I mean, that's something.
As Jose Soto uses his second timeout, we'll take another one along with them. You're watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back to the Marilat Sport and Fitness Center. During that timeout, Coach Soto talking with the rest of his coaching staff, trying to figure out how to slow down this Little Giants offense that's just been on a rampage so far, hitting 360 as a team compared to the Bulldogs' negative .083.
Yeah, I think that the defense for the Bulldogs is really struggling right now. I think that the back row really needs to make sure that they stay on their toes, able to move, because they are really placing these shots, and it's making it very hard for the Bulldogs to pick it up. So I just think that that would be it's very hard to pick it up in the back row, especially going this fast, and especially watch this serve. It is insane. But I think the Bulldogs can do it.
As now that hit by Morris gets the Bulldogs into double digits. 18-10 now. Landers back to serve for the Bulldogs. And sent over, and a hard hit by Shad Wilson. And it's 19-10 Little Giants.
I mean, being able to hit over this block is a great thing that they are able to do. So I think that they're being very, very smart.
Serving now is Graham Volk. There's a back row attack by Landers. Gets picked up. Sent over to Wolverton. And that one's blocked out of bounds. 20-10 Little Giants.
I think if the block starts to press a little bit more, especially in the front row, they would be able to change this game. I think that this would be a completely different game if the defense picks up these tips.
As that one by Volk is sent into the net. And now back to serve is going to be William Morris. Trying to get the Bulldogs back into this first set. Quick set, dug out. Reese taps it over. And this one's tapped over. This one goes out of bounds. And point awarded back to the Little Giants.
I know I keep saying the same thing, but they are being so smart. They are using every block because they know that that's what the Bulldogs are good at. So,
as that serve is dug out. And now Baza sends it off of the block, but it goes out of bounds. And the point goes back to the Little Giants, 22-11.
There was not much that he could have done there. The set was shot out way too far, but I mean, he tried to do everything he could. It just hit the antenna. That was just bad luck.
Wilson serves. Dugout. Quick set to Carson Bell. Now back row attack. Tipped over by Tang.
I mean, he went up like he was going to swing. You have to be able to read his elbow to see what he's going to do, especially right when he pulled that arm up in front. His elbow was in front, and he had his hands out. Of course, we knew he was going to tip, so we just had to be able to read that faster than what the Bulldogs are going to be doing right now.
As a quick set to Greenwell gets picked up, and now Landers from the back row sends it. And some miscommunication by the Little Giants gives Sam Landers a kill.
That's not something you see often, especially from them. I mean, the miscommunication, it happens. It's really hard, especially when the ball's going fast. But, I mean, they're giving the Bulldogs a chance, so.
Now it's time to run with it if you're Adrian, as Dominic Reese will serve for the Bulldogs. His serve gets picked up. And quick set, once again, Greenwell. And now the Little Giants are 1 point away from taking this first set. Zev Wolverton will serve, trying to be the finisher of this first one. His serve grazes the top of the neck. And now blocked at the net.
I mean, that serve was amazing. That top spin, it put them out of system. The middle had to set the ball. So it's really hard, especially having a middle set the ball. The middles don't normally set. So I think that probably really did not help that play at all.
Yeah, the Bulldogs definitely need to regroup.
Yes.
Look at what went wrong going into the second set. But as we will make that transition to the second set, we'll take a short break here on ACTV, but you're watching men's volleyball.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1:15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back to the Marilat Sport and Fitness Center as we are just about set to get ready on set 2 with Wabash College taking the first set by a score of 25-12. Ava, what do you think Coach Soto is talking to his Bulldogs about right now?
I think he's talking to them about not being panicked. They look very stressed out there. They don't look like they're talking to each other. The communication is very low on the Bulldog side. But Wabash's side, they're hustling. They are calm. They don't panic. They always are, they are working hard, especially as a team. And the Bulldogs just aren't doing that right now. So I think Soto is talking about telling them to calm down and play their game, especially being on their own home court, they can play their game. They're just not. So I think that that's what Soto's talking about. He's saying, calm down, do exactly what we did last night, and we practice in this gym. That's what he's probably saying. I mean, being able to put them out of system, serve a little bit harder, placing the balls a little bit harder so that they can't get them. I think their defense, Wabash's defense, is playing really well right now, and they're being very smart with what they're doing. So I think that that's one thing that the Bulldogs are going to have to work on, is making sure that they put more pressure on Wabash, because they do not look panicked at all.
As Wabash will get the first serve in this second set. Bulldogs looking to regroup.
I also think it comes down to hustle and who's going to hustle more for the ball. I mean, it doesn't really, talent is talent, but how they're going to execute in this next set is really important, especially for the Bulldogs being down 1.
Pivotal set for the Bulldogs. Now serving was still as the Bulldogs get the first point using the blocks.
I mean, that's very important, especially because they didn't let them get a point. They started off now. They are saying that this is our court and we are getting the ball back.
Carson Bell back to serve, but he puts it right into the net.
That is not what you want, especially coming from one of your best servers. I mean, the pressure is getting to the Bulldogs, and you can see it on the court.
Now back to serve, Boy Tang. Tied 1-1 in this second set, and that serve goes long. Little Giants looking for a tip, but the back row was able to get out of the way just in time. And it's 2-1 now in favor of the Bulldogs, with Andrew Grazak serving. Grazak serve. Able to find the back corner.
What a spot, especially for a serve. I mean, having to follow that to the line, and you don't know if it's in or out, and the ball's dropping so fast that it's like you go for it or not. And he thought it was out, but it was in. That's a good point for the Bulldogs.
Grazak serves once again. Quick set, but it's blocked at the net. And now Roland Macklin digs it out as the overpass gets picked up. But then some miscommunication between Landers and Macklin. It's now 3-2.
Yeah, I think communication is really big, especially in volleyball. I mean, they have to be able to talk to each other. Whose ball is who? I mean, they just said go. They didn't say mine, go, like a name, especially being like, get this ball. I mean, I think that's very important, especially playing volleyball.
As Graham Volk sends it over, Landers uses the block, and it's now 4-2 Bulldogs.
That was really smart on Landers' part. I mean, sliding it off the block, especially trying to just get the point back and reset.
Now Landers goes back to serve. As that one sent through the block by Stittle. It's 4-3 now, as Shad Wilson goes back to serve for the Little Giants. But he puts it into the net, and now the Bulldogs first to 5.
I mean, especially off of a serving error, if the Bulldogs get the momentum, they could just run with it. I mean, that's just what the game is. It's about runs, and you never know. I mean, that's what happened the first set, is Wabash got a lot of runs, and so let's see if the Bulldogs can do it this set.
Morris is set. And now a tip to the back row. And now that one's sent out of bounds by Shad Wilson. 6-3 now Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs are placing it now. They are realizing that they need to place the ball instead of swinging as hard as possible. So they're trying to figure out what's working, and this is working right now.
Morris serves once again. And that one's tipped over by Wolverton, dug out. And this time is Morris finishing it off. (7-3) in favor of the Bulldogs. A quick set, will overpass, tipped over, and it's a 4-hit violation by the Little Giants, and now it's 8-3 Bulldogs.
I mean, they're running with it. The Bulldogs are taking this momentum and they are going, which is very helpful for them because, I mean, they were down, so they're taking all the momentum that they have and they're just going to run with it.
Boy Tang talking to the official, trying to say that one of the Bulldogs touched it at the net, but the ref is not having it and says, let's play on. And now Morris' serve once again goes over. And that one hit by Wolverton, blocked. And now another error by the Little Giants makes it 9-3 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, the coach called a timeout. I would too in this situation. I mean, they're not panicked, but at the same time, they just need to play how they were playing before. They're just making silly mistakes, and the Bulldogs are benefiting off of it.
As there's a timeout on the floor, we'll take another one along with them. But you are watching Adrian versus Wabash men's volleyball on ACTV.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
It is 9-3 in favor of the Bulldogs in this second set, as Wabash College leads 1-0. The Bulldogs are using a couple of runs in this second set, getting out to a 9-3 lead. But in the second set, the Bulldogs are hitting .750 compared to a negative hit percentage in that first set. As Morris serves once again. Quick set. Greenwell, that one's picked up and tipped over by Bell. And now the Bulldogs' first one's to 10.
That was really smart out of Bell. I mean, he went behind his back. That is something really hard to do, especially being able to place that ball and not being able to see where the libero is. It was really smart.
That one's sent over. And now Wolverton gets it blocked, but able to push it through the block enough to force it to land on the Bulldogs' side. And it's now 10-4, ending a long scoring streak from the Bulldogs. Wolverton goes back to serve once again. Picked up by Landers. Near overpass, but picked up once again by the Bulldogs. Now Solons finding the open court. And it's 11-4 Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs are trying to reverse everything, and I think that it's working in their favor a lot, because before that they weren't. They were just feeding the same people over and over again, and I think when you're able to work everybody in and work as a team, you win volleyball games. I mean, that's just what the game is.
And now Jarek Muliagatelli will serve, but puts it into the net. And now the Little Giants are up to 5. Still trail 11-5.
That's just something you can't do in this game, even when it's a tight game. I mean, you cannot have service errors. That's a free point, and that's going to shift the momentum on both sides. So, I mean, they just cannot keep having these service errors.
Jaden Greenwell now with a service error, sending it long.
Spoke that into existence. I mean, that is the thing, is they need to take this momentum and run with it, especially both teams. Being able to give the other team a free point is just not what they need right now.
Especially if you're the Little Giants trailing 12-5, looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead. As Baza hits the top of the net.
Wow. I mean, the wind blew right in his direction that he needed.
Gets that one to
That
fall.
was luck. That is really lucky.
Baza looking to serve again, this time a little higher. 13-5 Bulldogs. Serve finds the back line.
2 aces in a row for him. I mean, Adrian is leading in aces right now. Wabash has had none, and this is their 3rd ace.
14-5 in favor of the Bulldogs. As you just said, a back-to-back serves by aces by Carlos Baza. Looking to potentially make it a 3rd straight ace. Very hard to do, though.
Wow.
But he's able to get it as a receiving error by Shad Wilson. Makes it 15-5.
Carlos has a beautiful serve. I mean, did you see that hustle though from Wabash? They ran right into the stands until they fell. I mean, that is the hustle that you need, especially in this type of game.
Baza serving once again. 15-5 lead for the Bulldogs. This one a clean dig. That one's sent over. Now Reese gets blocked at the net by the tandem of Tang and Donaldson. 15-6.
Stuff block. That is what you want to change the momentum in this game. I mean, you see the hype that is coming from that. That is the shift that the Wabash needed to be able to get up.
Serving now is Stittle. Finds the sideline for an ace, and now it's 15-7.
Their first ace of the whole game. I mean, this is what they need. Their momentum is changing. And we're going to see how the Bulldogs are going to respond to this.
Serve once again picked up. Quick set to Bell, but he gets blocked at the net by Donaldson, and now it's 15-8.
I mean, he got stuffed. That was a beautiful clean block. The press that they did was, you can see them pressing over the net, using their shoulders, using their arms, using their fingers, using every single thing to get that ball to go down.
That one's picked up cleanly. Now Landers gets blocked.
Wow.
And sent over by Baza. And now finding the court is Wilson, as the Little Giants are clawing their way back into it. And a timeout called by Jose Soto.
I mean, we were talking about the blocking for the Bulldogs, but let's talk about the blocking for the Little Giants. They are pressing over the net, and they are stuffing everything. They are not letting a lot of these balls come over the net.
That, I assume that was something that Coach Ashawn Baker talked about in that last timeout, trying to, one, settle his team down in the second set, trailing by a pretty large margin, but then also trying to regroup and figure out what can we do now to try to flip the roles in this game.
Exactly. I mean, the game, again, is about momentum, and both of the teams are gaining their momentum, and we're just going to see who's going to run with it. I mean, they have to hustle. They have to play smart. They have to place the shots. They also have to make sure that they play smart and not make mistakes. So I think that's also something that the Bulldogs and the Little Giants need to make sure that they focus on, is making sure the other team makes mistakes and not your team.
As we're nearly finished with this timeout. Bulldogs hoping to use that as a reset. But Matthew Stittle is able to get an ace, as Baza was unable to control it, and now 15-10.
The serve receive has been really struggling on the Bulldog side, which is not normally the case. So we're going to see what Soto wants to do to change that.
As the referees were not ready for play there, as Stittle is going too quickly for the refs. As an official serve comes over now. Bell gets blocked, picked up by Muliagatelli. Now Landers to send it over, tips it over. Picked up cleanly. And now Wilson tips it over, picked up by Reese. Now back row attack, Baza. This one tipped a little too far, and it's 15-11.
That was smart. I mean, even all the shot placements that the Bulldogs are doing now is they're being smart. They are getting blocked every time they hit. So they are trying to think of where they could place these shots to be able to get a point. I mean, they're trying everything they have, but the Little Giants are just shutting it down. They're saying absolutely not. This is what we did. This is our game. So
as Stillick serves it once again. And this time Landers with a big hit and gets the kill, ending the Wabash streak, and 16-11 as Carson Bell will go back to serve for the Bulldogs. Bell's serve sent long, as that's his second service error of the second set.
I mean, that's another thing is the momentum. They had that momentum, the Bulldogs, and now they just gave it back. And we're going to see what the Little Giants do with the momentum that they just got given. I mean, it's really hard.
Serve by Tang as Macklin's overpass gets killed down by Wolverton, and 16-13.
The Little Giants are taking the momentum, and they're running with it. I mean, that is what you have to do, especially in this type of game.
Boy Tang's second serve. Unable to be handled by Baza. And it's now 16-14.
I mean, that was a beautiful serve. That would have been really hard to receive. And you saw that spin. You saw the drop. I mean, that was a fast-paced ball. And he just stood there and took it, and it was just because of the spin. It spun off his arms. I mean, there's not a lot you can do in that situation.
Tang's next serve. Lighter. Now Landers kills dugout and sent over. Now Landers once again. That one gets dug out by Tang again. But Donaldson gets called for the lift as he's unable to really get it over the net, and now it's 17-14 Bulldogs.
There wasn't a lot he could have done in that situation, especially with such a tight pass. I mean, he just threw one hand up, and it's going to get called as a lift, especially. Another serving error from the Bulldogs, which is insane. They are giving up this game right now. They're giving up all their momentum. They're giving everything up. They cannot go any runs. And the Little Giants are just taking run after run. And the Bulldogs are just giving it to them.
That serve was by Grezek, and now Volk sends it over for the Little Giants. And the quick set for Morris gets the Bulldogs to serve right back as they now lead 18-15.
Especially with the quick pace that the Bulldogs just run that play with. I think that if they played consistently with that pace, they would be able to take the Little Giants and tell them that this is their game and play how they want to play. So I just think if they have to play consistently with that pace, especially because it's too fast for the Little Giants.
And now a hard kill by Wilson gets the serve right back to the Little Giants, and now it's 18-16.
The Little Giants said, no, thank you, and they did the exact same things the Bulldogs just did to them. That fast pace is something that is really needed, especially in this tight of a game.
Wilson serves it over. Now Baza gets blocked, but then sent over by Morris. Quick set to Greenwell, and he sends it long in 19-16. Morris will go back to serve for the Bulldogs, trying not to give it back to the Little Giants, as we've just gone back and forth these last few points. Back row attack is picked up by Grezek. Sent over the Solons. His serve gets picked up an overpass. Now back row attack from Landers, tips it over. Another overpass. Quick set, Greenwell gets blocked. Now back row attack as Tang able to finally end that rally and give the point back to the Little Giants.
They're both playing at a really fast pace right now, and I think that's what they both need to keep this game going. But at the same time, I mean, you never know, like, what is going on with the scoreboard?
Looks like the scoreboard shut off for a minute, but it's still 19-17 in favor of the Bulldogs. Served by Wolverton, picked up. Now Baza. His kill gets picked up. Now Tang gets picked up by Macklin. Now Solon sends it over, and Wolin tips it too far away from Wolverton. Now it's 20-17.
That was a smart spot. Again, those deep corners are going to be really beneficial for both teams. I mean, they're both wide open, especially with them playing so uptight and close, especially because it's been such a tipping game. I think the back corners are wide open, so I think every team is very smart to capitalize off of those corners.
Muliagatelli serves for the Bulldogs. Sent over to Tang. Gets it through the Adrian block, and now 20-18. Still just going back and forth between these two squads. Jaden Greenwell will be serving, as there was a short stoppage as the referees had to discuss something. Greenwell's serve goes into the middle of the net, and 21-18 now Bulldogs.
I mean, service errors is one of the biggest leading scores, I think, for this game, this set. And I think that this is the reason why it's so close, because they're just giving each other 3 points at that point. I mean, they just need to make their serves over, and I think that's one thing. That's how you start the game. You can't play without having a serve. So,
as Tang able to get it through the Adrian block, and 21-19. Back and forth we go.
Yes, it's a tight game, and this is what we want to see, though. I mean, it makes it intense, and both of them are playing with great intensity and momentum.
That serve sent over by Stittle, as Landers gets it through the block of Wilson, 22-19.
Wow, it is going to be back and forth. But this is what both teams wanted. I mean, both teams want the win. They're both fighting for it, and you can tell. I think they're having another problem with the scoreboard. It's been acting up recently, so.
As Carson Bell goes back to serve. Able to get it over this time. And that one's blocked by Sam Landers.
Stuffed. They tried to trick them and have the middle go up, but the Bulldogs did not even budge. They were sitting there ready for that quick set from the right side, and they stuffed it.
23-19 as Bell serves once again. This one, the hard serve gets over. And now that attempt gets blocked. And it's blocked once again.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful play. They ran, but that just wasn't high enough for him. I mean, he is a tall kid. He is actually 6'6". So being able to get a high enough set, especially for him, would be very important. Again, another 3-point. That was his third time serving, I think, this set, and it's his third error. He's just really struggling in that back line.
And now Tang looking to capitalize for the Little Giants. The Bulldogs 1 point away from taking the second set. Tang's serve gets dug out by Macklin. But now Landers gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. And point to the Bulldogs, which also means the set goes to the Bulldogs.
Yes, and this is exactly what they wanted. You can see the intensity that they were playing with for that last point, and you see the bench was hyped. They were ready. They are excited that they won this set, so they have a chance now to play to win.
As we will head to the third set, tied at 1 apiece. We'll take a break here on ACTV. You are watching Adrian College Men's Volleyball.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
A much needed set 2 win for the Bulldogs. Ties it up 1 set apiece as the Adrian College Bulldogs take set 2 by a score of 25-20. Ava, what did the Bulldogs do late in that set to finally pull away from the Little Giants?
I think that they were being able to use everything. They used the back corners, and then when the Little Giants moved back, they used the front. They tipped right in front of the block, over the block, and then when they were picking up all the tips, they swung as hard as possible. And I think that was a big thing for the Bulldogs. Then that last set, that they just changed every time they started something got picked up. Oh, they're not staying with that. So I think that they really changed their shot selection. And I think that was very important for the Bulldogs to do in that last set. And they had a lot of service errors, so we have to see what they're going to do in this set to be able to not. But I think both teams struggled a lot serving. So, and that is most of the game. Especially you can't have a volleyball game without a serve. I mean, that is the first thing that you do to start the play. So I think that is one of the big things. I think the defense played a lot better for the Bulldogs than what they did in the first set. But I also think that the Wabash blocking was insane. They were stuffing everything. They were getting touches, and that was helping their defense a lot, being able to pick up more of those balls. But the Little Giants serving was really putting the Bulldogs down. I mean, their serves had a lot of top, and they dropped fast. So it's really hard for them to pick it up. But I think the Bulldogs are going to come out in this set, and they are going to come up with a lot of momentum, especially winning that last set. I know that the Little Giants play, though, very calm, and I don't think that they're going to fold under pressure. So I think they're going to play very calm and easy because they know, they just play their game, and the Bulldogs may make a mistake. So I think that it's really up in the air right now. I mean, we're not leaning one or towards the other. They are pretty even in all the stats. So
a total of 9 service errors by both teams in that second set.
It's insane.
As Carson Bell starts it off for the Bulldogs, as that set is sent over. Now Landers sends it back, but he blocks a attempt over by Stittle, and the Bulldogs start 1-0.
Stuffed. I mean, you saw out of Landers, he pushed all the way over. You saw him pressing with his shoulders, his arms, and his fingers. I mean, that is what you need, especially with a big block. So, yeah, this is what we need, especially with Carson serving. So
his serve gets picked up, and now Tang gets his thing picked up. And Landers nearly able to get the kill as Wilson's unable to handle it. And it's now 2-0 in favor of the Bulldogs.
The hustle out of the Little Giants is, you can tell that they're putting their heart and soul into this game, and they're giving it all they have. I mean, they've been hustling both of these sets. I mean, now we're in the third, and you can just tell that they're giving it their all.
Bell sends that one to the back row. But now Tang has his hit tipped. But Solon sends it into the net, giving the Little Giants their first point of this third set.
And the Little Giants go on a lot of serving runs, so the Bulldogs have to have them shut down fast. So we have to see what they're going to do in this next thing.
Stittle sends it over. Landers goes off the shoulder of Wolverton. Now Solons once again comes to the back row. Sent over by Tang. Picked up by Solons. Sent over the Landers. That one goes out of bounds. Now 2-2.
And the Bulldogs are looking a little stressed over there. Their communication needs to be picked up a little bit more for them to be able to play more calm and relaxed.
Serve gets picked up, goes back to Landers. Play at the net, won by the Little Giants, and now they take their first lead of this third set, 3-2.
They're getting the momentum and they're running. Like I said, they go on a lot of runs, and the Bulldogs haven't had a lot of runs this game, so we need to see what they do with it.
As Grazek tips it over. Wilson tips it way long, goes out of bounds, and now we're not back up at 3.
Tied game, so it's practically 0-0. We have to see what they're going to do with this. Both teams are going to play with all the intensity that they have, but we have to see who's going to take this and run with it.
As Grazek serves, as it gets picked up. And now a big-time kill by Boy Tang.
That went right down the line, and both blockers were there. It just went either through the block, which I couldn't tell, or over the block, right to Macklin, and Macklin just was there, but it just went too fast for him. He wasn't ready for it.
As Tang serves now, it's dug out by Landers. Set back to him. He tips it over and gets the kill.
Smart. I mean, he's been hitting a lot this set, so I think being able to tip the ball over the block was not what they were expecting. They were expecting for him to rip it again, and he didn't. He was just trying to slow down the pace, which I think was very beneficial for them.
Keeping the Little Giants on their toes is Landers as he comes back to serve. Nearly misplayed and just sent over by Woolen. As now Solons sends it over. Woolen has to send it back over. Now Landers from the back row puts it into the net this time.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs are making these little improvements, and they are starting to play the game that they normally play. I mean, we're starting to see it here, and they're really giving it their all. The Bulldogs always have a lot of enthusiasm on their bench, and you could tell from right now that they are enthusiastic. And I think that's very helpful for when you're playing on the court. I mean,
as the overpass gets sent over by Woolen and gets tipped. And it's now 6-4 in favor of Wabash College. Graham Volk serving once again. Dug out by Macklin. Over to Baza, he sends it over. That one's blocked. Grizek sets to Baza. That one's dug out. Sent over by Wolverton. Solons uses the block. And 6-5.
I mean, both teams are being very smart. The Bulldogs just had a really good play, and you can tell that their momentum is picking up, and they're trying to run with it. And they so can take this set if they keep playing with the intensity that they played with in the last set and in this one.
As Morris sends it over. And that one's blocked. Wolverton tries again. This time gets it over. Bell tips it over. It's blocked. And now Solons.
Wow. The freshman. He is playing with a lot of intensity, but he's not letting the pressure get to him. And he is being able to place the ball. He's able to swing. He's blocking. He is making the big difference right now in this game.
Mark Solons playing with a lot of confidence as William Morris serves it back over. Quick set to Greenwell. Able to get the kill. And it's now 7-6 in favor of Wabash College. Shad Wilson serves for the Little Giants. Baza sends it over. And Greenwell unable to block, and it goes straight down to his feet.
The Bulldogs are being very smart in this set. Soto probably told them to play smarter and to be able to play the game that they normally play. I mean, this is how the Bulldogs normally play. This is what we'd like to see out of them. But the Little Giants just need to stop this run, and they need to be able to get the momentum back.
Muliagatelli serves now for the Bulldogs. Tied at 7. His serve goes long. That's another service error by Muliagatelli. And it's now 8-7 in favor of the Little Giants. Zev Wolverton serves now. Gets dug out. Set over to Reese. But he gets blocked by the tandem of Stittle and Greenwell, and it's 9-7 Little Giants.
Watch his serving routine. He sits back there and he calms down before he serves, which I think is very important in a game like this, being able to calm down before you serve the ball.
Wolverton sends it back over. Now Reese gets blocked. Muliagatelli sets to Baza. He tips it over. And now Tang gets blocked by Baza.
The Bulldogs are playing with a lot of intensity right now. The Little Giants look very calm and they are not stressed, but you can tell that the Bulldogs are giving it their all, and it looks amazing from up here.
Baza serves it over. Miscommunication. Greenwell goes right at Roland Macklin. It's now 10-8.
That was a beautiful swing, though. I mean, imagine the ball coming flying at you that fast.
I would not want anything to do with that.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, trust me. It's scary.
As Jaden Greenwell goes back to serve again. Sends it way long.
Another serving error. I mean, that was really smart for Macklin to bend down, because especially if he threw his hands up, that would have been out. And that is not what you want to do, especially during the game. You don't want to grab one of those balls that is out. So it was really smart on his part to be able to realize that the ball was out.
Both teams with a service error in this third set. Carson Bell serves back into the net, and it's now 11-9.
Yeah, the back and forth of these service errors is really insane.
As Ben Donaldson serves, excuse me, that's Stittle. As Reese sends it through the block, giving the Bulldogs their 10th point of this third set, as they only trail by one, as it's now 11-10.
But watch the intensity on both of these benches. I mean, some of these kids aren't getting in the game, but they are still in it. They still care about what their teammates are doing, and they're still giving it all. They're all on the bench, and I think that's also very helpful for them to do.
Served by Grazak, tapped over by Wilson. Now Solon sends it over. Now Wilson gets blocked. Tang gets blocked, but it's able to be pushed over, and now it's 12-10.
That was a really smart shot on the Little Giants' parts, but I'm seeing that on the Bulldogs, they are reversing the sets, which is making it very complicated for the Little Giants to be able to read, and that's helping the Bulldogs and make the Little Giants late on their blocks, which is helping the Bulldogs. But now we're back to it could be another run on their part, because this is one of their leading servers, so I think that this could be a really big run, especially for them. And this might be the run that they need to get the momentum to take the game.
As Macklin was just cleaning up some sweat that was laying around on the court. Boy Tang serves. Sends it light. And Solon's with a big hit.
Again, the freshman, he is leading this game with so much intensity. Look at that bench. Everybody is loving this for him. That was a beautiful swing. I mean, imagine him coming up there. I saw that in slow motion in my head. I would have been terrified. The block was not ready for that. There was a big hole.
Landers serves. Wilson gets blocked. Set by Grazak. Back row attack by Landers.
Ooh, stuffed.
That one's blocked by Ben Donaldson.
Again, he is 6'6", so I mean, anything getting past him is kind of crazy. He has probably a really good vertical, and you can kind of tell here he is pressing over that block, and he is able to read all the Bulldog hitters.
Now Graham Volk serves. Baza sends it, tries to get it cross court, but it goes out of bounds. And it's 14-11.
That would have been a really smart shot. That is a really hard shot to be able to hit. But I've seen him do it before. I mean, you never know, especially being able to hit that tee. That would have changed the game.
As Solons sends it hard over, but it's dug out. Landers does not touch it as that one goes long. It's 14-12.
You can see the panic on the Bulldogs' faces. They were like, do not touch that. You heard them to yell, stop. And you could tell after the faces they were like relieved that he didn't touch it. I mean.
Landers did go after it, but Morris sends it over. Back row attack.
Beautiful.
Boy, Tang.
He is leading for the Little Giants, and I feel like all the categories, like his serving for this game has been game-changing, and especially him swinging from the back row, having a good all-around player like him being a 6th rotation is really beneficial for the Little Giants.
Shad Wilson sends it into the net. It's now 15-13 as we go back and forth in this 3rd set. Mark Solons will be the one to serve for the Bulldogs. Try to close the gap even more. But instead he sends it right into the net as we have back-to-back service errors once again.
I feel like that's been happening a lot this game, which is very crazy, I feel like. But, I mean, that's just the thing is they have to be able to make their serves over, and I think that is one of the things that is making this game slow down a little bit because we are having back-to-back-to-back service errors.
Zev Wolverton threw it a little too far out and ahead of himself.
And went under the net. I've never seen that before.
I've played volleyball games where you're supposed to keep it under the net, but in this style, it's supposed to go over.
Yes.
Yes. Carlos Baza will serve. Gets it over. Tanks hits it, but dug out and sent back over by Landers. Tang once again tips it. This one goes long, and it's 16-15 now.
The hustle that these Bulldogs are giving, you can tell that the Little Giants are getting a little bit stressed, and the hustle the Bulldogs are giving right now, they're putting everything into this. They are running after every ball no matter what. Even if they don't think they can get there, they are going after it. I don't know. The coach was talking to...
As a yellow card just got given out.
That's crazy. I wonder for what, yeah.
As there is a stoppage as one of the referees is at the scorer's table.
They said give the ball back. He gave it back. He got it right back, so game is back on.
16-15 in favor of the Little Giants. Carlos Baza serves. Able to get it over the net once again. Quick set to Greenwell. He gets blocked.
Nothing is stopping this Bulldogs momentum right now. Look at the intensity on all of their faces. They are all ready. You can tell, especially from that swing, like they are putting everything into this. Like they are going as hard as possible.
Baza to serve once again, now tied at 16. And Tang gets blocked, but great job by Little Giants defensively as Reese sends it long.
The serve receive that they've just been showing has been amazing for the Little Giants. I mean, like, they're passing perfectly after that. Like, that last pass was perfect, that serve receive. And I think that's really helpful, especially for the Little Giants to keep them in this game.
Greenwell serves. Landers gets blocked.
Stuffed again by number 8, the 6'6" freshman. On both teams, we are having really good luck with these freshman blockers. They're both extremely tall, and it's helping us.
Ben Donaldson gets the block as Jaden Greenwell serves it back over. That one goes long. Another service error makes it 18-17 Little Giants. Carson Bell serving, able to get it over. As Tang gets blocked. Now quick set, dug out by Bell. Sent over by Muliagatelli. Tang this time sends it into the net and tied at 18 once again.
The intensity again, these Bulldogs are showing right now. They are putting a lot of pressure on the Little Giants, and we're going to see right now how the Little Giants respond.
Carson Bell serving once again, trying to get the Bulldogs a lead, but unable to do so as he sends it long once again.
Service errors. Serving is one of the most important things in volleyball because you can't have a game without the serving. And we've been having a lot of back and forth service errors.
Still serves. And a quick set to Morris. Overpass comes back to the Bulldogs. Morris gets blocked now. At the net once again, that's Ben Donaldson.
I mean, Morris is 6'6", and that set was probably not even above the tape. Ooh, out of rotation for the Bulldogs. Soto's telling them, yeah. But again, that was another free point that the Bulldogs should not be giving up, especially in such a tight game like this.
Serve once again. Muliagatelli has to play at the net. But now a point awarded to the Little Giants. And a timeout called by Jose Soto. We'll take one along with them. Don't go anywhere, though. You are watching the third set of men's volleyball here on ACTV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
It is 22-18 in the third set. In a very decisive third set, as the Wabash College Little Giants lead the Adrian College Bulldogs. But a big set, big turning point in this set has been the errors, as both teams have 4 service errors and an attack errors. Adrian with 9 to Wabash's 7.
Which I think that a lot of those come from the sets and the passing. Everything comes from the start of the ball. So the hitters can only do as much as they're given. So I think that they're doing as much as they can, but I think that that is one of the things in this game that needs to be fixed.
Some miscommunication at the net. Now Wilson finds the back row. And now 23-18.
Being able to find all those open shots is really helping these Little Giants almost secure this win. I mean, it is still a very close game, and the Bulldogs have a chance to come back, especially if they stop their momentum right now.
Still it goes back to serve once again. Landers able to get the kill.
The hustle that the Little Giants are giving, though, I mean, they are literally giving everything. They've been running into walls, bleachers. They're not stopping for anything until they get stopped.
Great show of effort by Peter Wolin. As there is a timeout called, but we'll stay right here in the Marilat Sport and Fitness Center. It's 23-19 now for Wabash College. What should the Bulldogs do in these final few points? Try to come back and take this third set.
I mean, they have to come out of this timeout and regain their composure. They have to play the game that they've been playing, and they have to steal this third set. I think this third set is very important, especially in this game. It's a very tight game, and the momentum you get for winning 2 sets in a row, the Little Giants are going to be like on their heels, stressed out. But if the Little Giants win, then the Bulldogs are going to be all stressed. It's really a game about, it's a very big emotional game, and a lot of people don't realize that, but being able to hold your composure and being able to stay calm in such a tight and stressful game like this. I mean, it is hard, especially being able to be known for being in this games like this. It is hard to do, and I'm giving both of these teams a lot of credit for how they are staying so calm and playing with so much intensity at the same time.
I mean, the hitting percentage is a big part of it as well. When the Bulldogs have lost, if they were to lose this third set, they're hitting under .100. As Grazek serves now, trying to bring the Bulldogs back into it. Tang gets blocked at the net. And some miscommunication, mistiming as Morris and Grazek not able to time it up right, and now it's 24-19.
And this is a time where you cannot be giving up those crucial points. This is game point for the Little Giants, and that miscommunication might just be the momentum that they need.
Boy Tang sends it over hard. Landers sends it right off Tang, overpass right back to the Bulldogs. And now Solons, and that one wraps around the pole, and that's how this third set will end.
I mean, there's nothing he could have done about that. That was shot way too far out, and it makes it kind of impossible for you to be able to get the ball over the net.
As the Wabash College Little Giants take this third set by a score of 25-19. We will take a quick break, but you can catch the fourth set right here on ACTV.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
A pivotal fourth set that the Bulldogs absolutely need to win, as the Wabash College Little Giants were able to take set 3 by a score of 25-19 and currently lead 2-1. I'm Michael Hale, and my partner today is Ava Aker. Ava, what do you think both teams need to do in this fourth set to either extend it to a fifth set or win it?
I think playing with intensity is going to be very important for both of these teams, making sure that they have a lot of emotion into the game, but also being calm. I think this is a very emotional game, and everyone has said that that's ever played this game. It's really hard to put your emotions aside, especially when you're playing, when you make a mistake or you feel like you guys could be doing better as a team. I think both of these teams are very good and consistent teams, and I think they both have a chance to pull out this win. The Little Giants right now, they always play. They're consistent. They're always calm. And the Bulldogs play with a lot of intensity and emotion. And sometimes it's very hard for them to be able to put their emotion aside. But when they're playing and they're hot, they are hot, and nothing stops that. And right now, the Bulldogs are hot. I mean, they came out in that second set, and they were insane. So I'm also thinking, I'm torn right now. I mean, both of these teams are really good teams, and it's really hard to say, like, who's the better team because they are both such good teams in different ways.
As Wabash College will serve first, Matthew Stittle. Sam Landers tips it over. And now Tang, dug out by Reese, but goes around the pole, and first point goes to Wabash College.
Again, coming off with that momentum strong, you can see they are energetic, the Little Giants. They are ready on this bench and on the court.
As overpass goes out of bounds. And now a quick 2-0 lead to the Little Giants.
This is not how you want to start the game off. I know it's only 2 points, but 2 points means so much because you win by 2. So if this was like a tight game at the end, this is not what you want, especially with this server Steve is really struggling for the Bulldogs right now.
As Reese is unable to handle it.
They just need to calm down. They need to sit there and collect themselves as a team and regain composure. I mean, server Steve is hard, especially with such a hard serve like this, but they just need to sit there and calm down.
Landers will send it over, and it's tipped by Woolen, and it goes out of bounds. Now the Bulldogs are finally on the board in this fourth set.
Yes, I mean, Landers has a cannon. He has a really strong swing, and right now he is leading the Bulldogs with 9 kills. So, I mean, that is what you need, especially from an outside. He is making a good difference in this game.
Carson Bell sends it over. Nearly misplayed by the Little Giants. And a quick set for Morris, but once again, unable to handle it. And it's now 4-1.
I mean, the middle setter connection is really important. And having these mistakes of the connection right now is never, especially between these two people, is really unheard of. So something's going on with these Bulldogs, and we have to figure out what it is.
As that one goes past the basketball court by Boy Tang, and it's now 4-2 as Andrew Grazek will serve.
Boy Tang is normally their leading run server, so for him to be able to miss that serve, it might give them the Bulldogs the momentum they need to get them going.
And now sent over. And now back row attack by Baza. Unable to get it over the top of the net, and it's now 5-2 Little Giants.
You can tell from up here that the Bulldogs are really in their heads. Their communication is slowing down. Their energy is slowing down. I mean, they're probably exhausted, but at the same time, they have to give their heart and soul into this game to be able to pull out this win. Another serving error.
Graham Volk this time puts it into the net. But like you said about both teams being tired, they did play last night,
yes.
But Adrian played here.
Yes, and they both had a win. I mean, so they're both coming off of a win. They both were hyped for this game, and the Bulldogs are at home. So, I mean, this win probably would mean more to them than for the Little Giants.
As Wolverton gets blocked.
What a swing from number 10. He is a junior. He is 6'4", but he went around that block like it was nothing. He hit that ball line right to number 14, Macklin, who is the libero for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great swing by Wilson. He'll go back to serve, leading 6-3 in this fourth set. Quick set, this time Morris, but sends it long, and it's now 7-3.
I mean, again, Morris is 6'6", so these balls need to make sure that they're high enough for his vertical. I can only imagine how high he can jump, and they just don't look like they're high enough for him.
As Wilson puts it into the net.
Again with these service errors. I mean, they are both having a lot of service errors right now. 13
William
for
Morris.
Wabash.
And finding the open areas, Wilson gets to serve right back to the Little Giants.
I mean, especially hitting in that one spot, that right back, where that is where your setter is. And the setter does not want to play defense. So, I mean, they run away from the ball, so that's a really good spot to hit.
As Baza will send it over, but gets blocked.
Triple blocked.
Great triple block by the Little Giants, able to set it up.
They were ready, and they set that block, and they timed it perfectly. They read his shoulder, his arm, and everything.
Zev Wolverton serving once again. This time dug out by Macklin. Now Solons sends it to the back row.
Again, that freshman, he is lighting up this court right now. He is trying to give them everything he has. He did just get subbed out because he does not play in the back row, but he lit up that front row when he was in, and you could tell that it made a difference.
Dominic Reese to serve now for the Bulldogs. That one's dug out, but overpass goes into the net. And it's now 9-5.
I mean, the Bulldogs are getting their momentum back.
Reese serves once again. Grazes the top of the net. Back to Tang. Dug out by Reese. Baza sends it over. Tang once again gets blocked by Grazak. Now Wilson sends it over. Baza now tips it over. Back to Tang.
What
and
a
able
swing!
to put it away.
He put it right in that seam, and that crossover seam is very hard, especially when your communication is low. And right now, these Bulldogs are struggling with their communication. I mean, being able to cross over, it was a beautiful crossover, but they just weren't able to get the ball. I mean, that ball was going fast. And, Michael, I don't know about you, but I would have probably ran the other way.
I definitely would.
Them being able to stand there and cross over and be able to try to take that ball was beautiful. I mean, you don't see that a lot, like that crossover. So, I mean, that looked really good out of the Bulldogs.
Serving now is Jaden Greenwell, as there was a little wet spot on the floor. The Little Giants lead 10-6 in this fourth set. The serve gets picked up. Now Reese sends it over, picked up by Wolverton. Finally sent over Stittle. Overpass gets picked up now by Macklin. Baza able to use the tip.
Very, very smart out of him. I mean, he is a little bit shorter. He is 6'2", which for men's volleyball is considered shorter. I mean, I know that is still very tall, but I mean, he has a vertical. He can get around that block. He makes sure he really decides where he's placing that ball before he does it. He's a really smart player.
Another serve by Baza. Tang unable to get to it as it goes over top of the scorer's table, and now it's 8-10.
Yeah, these Little Giants are really struggling right now, which they have not been struggling with serve receive this all day. So seeing this happen is kind of crazy. I mean, the Bulldogs are running with this momentum, and we just have to see. But the Little Giants are still up right now.
Baza looking to get the Bulldogs back into it. Set to Tang. He gets blocked. Somehow no lift gets called there.
He hit that tee so beautifully, and that was what the Bulldogs have been trying to do this whole game. I mean, being able to put your thumb down and turn that ball and hit and also make it look like you're not hitting cross is insanely complicated. He is such a great player.
Stittle serves. Set to Landers. He
Smart.
uses the block.
Yes. I mean, Landers has been playing really well today. He is being very smart with where he places the ball and what he does. He has an absolute cannon, but instead of him swinging, he saw what was smart, and he used the block, and it worked for them in their favor.
Now Carson Bell to serve. Gets it over the net. Now Tang once again. He sends it long.
And they called a touch, so I don't know if there was. I didn't see one, but at the same time, we have some really good, really tall blockers up there that there probably was one.
The refs are a lot closer than we are.
Yes.
So it's 12-9 now in favor of the Little Giants. Tang goes back to serve. Gets it over. Set to Landers. Gets blocked, but able to use as and the Little Giants are a little out of sorts now. Reese from the back row. Gets tipped, but falls on the floor. Point to the Bulldogs, 10-12.
The Bulldogs are playing really smart right now, especially when it is such a tight game. But these Little Giants are hustling so much, and I give them so much credit. They're diving everywhere.
Grazek serves. Back row attack from Tang. Goes out of bounds. Now it's 12-11.
These Bulldogs are coming back. They are fighting for every point. And that is what you like to see in this type of game.
Grazek serves once again. This time Wilson.
What an up.
Gets dug out by Macklin as it's finally sent over by Baza. And a big block, but goes out of bounds as Wolverton uses the block to his advantage.
I mean, did anybody see that up? I had to say it mid-play. That was a beautiful up by Macklin. He is a sophomore, and he is playing amazing.
Now served by Graham Volk. Now Solons hits it over. Now Wilson. But it finds the line on the overpass.
That is very unlucky for the Bulldogs, but their feet were on that line. They were standing there ready, but it is very hard to tell if that ball is going to be in and out, especially in such a tight play like that.
And the kill once again goes to Tang as Volk sends it back over. Landers just has to tip it over. Point to the Bulldogs now.
This has been a very back and forth couple sets. I mean, you don't see a good intense game like this often, so this is very entertaining to watch.
Sam Landers goes back to serve. Wilson gets dug out. Now Landers from the back row gets dug out by Tang. Now Wolverton.
What a swing! Sorry, I cut you off again, but that was beautiful. I mean, he was putting everything into it.
Wolverton able to get the serve, but now one of the referees is talking to the Little Giants team.
I have no clue about what, though. That was a beautiful swing out of him.
Now Wilson serves. Macklin digs it out. Now Landers tips it over. Barely able to get it over top of the net. But the Little Giants were not expecting that one, and it's now 15-13.
These Bulldogs are playing very smart, which we love to see. I mean, they are placing these shots incredibly. They are putting their heart and soul into this game, and you can really tell.
Now coming into the game is Hunter Ross. Wilson sends it over. But Baza gets blocked. Grazek has to go back. Landers tips it over. And a big-time kill by Greenwell on the quick set. It's now 16-13.
I mean, that was just a quick set, especially he took it right out of his hands and it went right down to that corner tee again, and that is a very hard ball to pick up. It is very fast and down quick. I mean, there's not a lot you can do.
Wolverton serves. And now Solons sends it just a little too long, and it's now 17-13 Little Giants.
But that was a good swing out of him. He's been swinging really well all night, and you can tell that he's putting everything into this game. I mean, he's been playing really well today. So, I mean, I'd keep swinging if I was him, too.
Wolverton serves, dug out by Landers. Bell just has to push it over. And once again, Greenwell on the quick set.
Yeah, I mean, this middle, center connection has been really struggling today, and you can tell by them not being able to swing as much as they can. Middles win the game. I might just be saying that because I'm a middle, but I mean, I think that they are very important, and I think that them swinging is beneficial, and they have not been able to swing these past couple of sets because the sets haven't been high enough for them. And I think that's probably one of the biggest struggles for the Bulldogs because they depend a lot on their middle hitters. They are both very, very strong hitters, and they control a lot of the game for them.
A key timeout here taken by Jose Soto, trying to regroup his Bulldogs team, trailing by 5, and the Bulldogs can only give up 7 more points unless they want to keep playing this a fifth set.
Yes. I mean, Soto's probably telling them to calm down. I mean, they look stressed, but they are still playing with a lot of intensity. I mean, exactly what they need to be doing right now. You could tell they're putting everything into this game. I mean, there's not a lot they could be doing besides playing a little bit calmer. I think that it's very hard. I never am calm, especially on the court. My intensity is way too intense, but I think they just need to trust each other. I think they need to play as a team, and I think that's very important. But the Little Giants over here are very calm, but they are known for being a very calm team. So, I mean, we're going to see what's going to happen in these next couple points.
As Zev Wolverton will serve once again for the Little Giants, trying to keep extending the lead. Landers digs it out. Now Baza with a miss hit.
That hit his head. I mean, you don't see that often, but at the same time, I mean, like, it's kind of, I mean, imagine trying to hit the ball while you're running full speed and the ball is going in the air. I mean, it's really hard to pick that same time connection. And, I mean, it's just, I mean, that's just volleyball for you. I mean, mistakes happen. I mean, it is understandable, especially in such a complicated game like this.
Wolverton serves once again, leading 19-13. Hits the top of the net. Overpass. Kill dug out by Landers. Macklin has to just send it over. Quick set. Greenwell, he gets dug out. Macklin tips it over.
Yeah. Communication right now is really struggling for the Bulldogs. I mean, they've communicated really well in the beginning of these sets, and by the end, they lose their communication a little bit. I mean, they just ran into each other, and Macklin does not normally have doubles, so I think that was one of the reasons is because they just weren't communicating as well.
Wolverton serving once again, 20-13, but this time he sends it long. And Bulldogs now up to 14 points in this 4th set.
The Bulldogs are really trying to do everything they can. They're trying to play with intensity. You can see it on their faces. They are celebrating over the littlest wins, which was what you need to do in volleyball. I mean, you have a good up, you need to celebrate that, even if you don't get the point.
Dominic Reese sends it over. Set to Tang, and he's able to find the opposite side.
Shot again. He has hit that shot, I think, 3 times in this game. And that is a really hard shot to pick up. I mean, it's a hard shot to hit. Putting your thumb down, hitting that ball perfectly, beautiful by him. Beautiful.
Jaden Greenwell back to serve for the Little Giants. He sends it long this time, and now 21-15.
Good call by Macklin again. He is really good at being able to tell when these balls are in and out. I mean, he's been doing it all game. Like, I could never. Seeing that ball going so fast, especially with men's volleyball, their ball moves a lot faster than women's. So, I mean, great props for all of them being able to call these balls in and out because they've been doing very well with it.
Carlos Baza will serve for the Bulldogs. It's dug out. Over to Tang. He gets blocked, but goes out of bounds. And it's now a point once again to the Little Giants, who lead now 22-15.
This is the time for the Bulldogs to turn the last little bit of energy that they have on because, I mean, once you get to 20, it gets really hard to come back from that. So these Bulldogs really need to turn on everything they got and put their heart and soul, more than they already have been, into this game right now.
As Wilson sends it out of bounds, and now 22-16.
They need to run with this momentum right now that they have and get a big run out of this.
Carson Bell struggled with the serve today. Gets it over. Now Wilson gets dug out by Bell. Reese sets to Baza. Now Tang tips it over, dug out. Reese gets dug out. And now Tang once again just tips it over. Now Landers sends it home.
What a swing again. He has been playing with a lot of energy tonight, and he was one of the ones who's been leading for the Adrian Bulldogs with his kills. I mean, he's been swinging beautifully. Right now, he has 10 kills. He is leading the Bulldogs with 10 kills.
Bell gets it over the net once again. And a quick set. This time it goes to Donaldson. He's able to find the back row. And it's 23-17.
I mean, that was a hard spot to pick up. I mean, they were over there. They read the ball. I mean, I would have read it the exact same way that they did. That was just really unlucky for the Bulldogs. But it was a really good swing for the Little Giants.
And Tang serving for the Little Giants. Landers gets blocked and unable to handle as the Little Giants. And now it's 23-18.
Yeah, I think Tang is very good at being able to hit the ball as his first serve really hard and then also dropping one very, very softly. I mean, it is really hard to be able to read him, and I think that's what makes him such a great server for the Little Giants.
As Grazek sends it into the net, and now match point for the Little Giants. Serving will be Graham Volk. Dug out by Macklin. Baza sends it over. Now Macklin sets. Solons gets dug out. And now Wolverton, dug out by Grazek. Landers puts it into the net. And that's how this one will end.
I mean, this was a great game out of both of these teams. It's what you expect from two really great teams. They put their hearts and souls into this, and it really just comes down to the errors that both teams make. I think that they both really struggled with serving. I mean, we look here, the Wabash had 16 serving errors, and Adrian had 10. I mean, that is an insane thing to see, especially in one of these games like this. Yes, men's volleyball, they serve very complicated and hard, but at the same time, it is insane to see this many serving errors from both teams collectively. But, I mean, kills, the Little Giants had 48, and the Adrian College Bulldogs only had 32. I think that was also another thing. But the Bulldogs had 27 hitting errors, and the Little Giants only had 19. I think that these little small things are very, very important to be able to pull out a win with such a great team. I think both of these teams are very, very good. I just think it comes down to, at the end, of who makes less errors.
Yeah, as the final score of this one, Wabash took it 3-1. Now, Ava, how can both of these teams use this game to go forward with their conference seasons and head into the postseason?
I mean, every game is a learning curve. Win or lose, you see what you guys do, and that helps you realize what you guys need to work on in practice. So, I mean, one of the things that, both teams should work on is serving. I know that sounds very easier said than done, but, both of these teams learned a lot in this game, and you learn a lot in every game. I mean, volleyball's a learning. You learn every single play, every single thing. You always can learn. So I think both of these teams really need to work on watching their film back and realizing what they did wrong, especially as a player, being able to accept your mistakes, not placing the blame on other people. But I think both of these teams have a really good chance in this conference. I think they are both really good teams, and I think that they are both going to succeed a lot this season.
As this volleyball game match will begin to start wrapping up, Game 2 of the men's and women's conference quarterfinals on ice hockey will begin at 2 p.m. for the men and 7 p.m. for the women, with both teams taking home wins yesterday in a best-of-2 series. You got to get 2 wins to advance. Both men and women were able to handle their competition. The men beat Lake Forest yesterday 6-2. And the women beat Trine 9-0. But you can catch those on ACTV. But that will do it for us here today. For Ava Aker and all of our crew here at ACTV, I'm Michael Hale, and we will see you next time.